We back, and what we do is we hustle to keep you in tune. We're gonna get right to it. Earlier today, 3 U.S. service members was killed and 5 injured. It's getting really crazy over there in that part. Um, as y'all may know, the supreme leader was also killed previously before all that, but it's definitely turning up. Um, it's not too many other countries that's participating in it, just U.S. and Israel. And what's happening is just last night, Iran retaliated, sending major missiles over into Tel Aviv's landing and really taking out some pieces out there, some places, some buildings. Also, they have been hitting U.S. interests in the Middle East, as far as like oil fields, army bases in these certain countries, and it's crazy right now. It's really getting crazy. Um, there's no telling how long this is going to go, but I really believe this is not having the effect they thought it would have. As far as when they took out the supreme leader there, I guess they thought the country would rally and start getting back into protest, which I don't think is going to happen or play out like that, because more than anything, over there they hate the United States and they hate Israel. So I don't understand, but it is what it is. And what's happening is there's a war going on over there. China has landed a couple of planes over there to, you know, to supply support, logistics and whatnot. Russia using their seat on the Security Council to try to bring peace. So you kind of knew those two would support and show favor for Iran in a time like this. You know, why would they not? And it's really going to be something to watch moving forward when this is all said and done and when the smoke clears, because things going to be really shaky. Um, to the service members out there, peace, be focused, be vigilant, and God bless you. God bless you. But as far as the situation with the supreme leader being, taken out, I believe that they kind of figure that would, no, somebody's stepping up and taking his place. It's already somebody in line waiting to, take his place. But I think the bigger picture is having someone more moderate and more in tune with the Western ways and more favorable to Israel. Because let's make it clear, like, they've been screaming, death to Israel and United States since I was a little baby. And okay, and now I think that with the little change in tone and someone different at the forefront of it, maybe, and the way things look, and at times like this, I think it's a possibility that someone that's next in line to the supreme leader that just passed would probably be more favorable and more, someone that the United States and Israel can compromise with. Because make no mistakes about it, they was the thorn in the side of Israel as far as really dominating over there in the Middle East. Because Iran had their hands in a lot of stuff and funding a lot of people and organizations over there. So yeah, and now I believe even if you do, if Israel succeed in, they still have another thorn in their side. Of course, someone else going to rise, and the next one is on the list is Turkey. And I think Turkey will be a little more difficult than how it's going down with Iran. I think that'll be totally difficult. But that's neither nor here nor there, and that's something that nobody want to see. Again, Iran has retaliated. They sending everything, sending all, everything they have, ballistic missiles and everything over there. Yeah, and they landing, and they definitely landing in them cities. They definitely landed in the cities. Also, it's been said that they shot down one of the Israeli plane, or one of those planes. They said they shot down. I don't know, but it's being said that's what happened. I'm gonna give you fuller details because I don't want to give the people fake news. So I'm gonna be able to give fuller detail on that because right now, what's happening? Right now, what's happening is that there's a lot of stories out of what's really happening and what's going on. They're showing people in the media and on social media. This is what's happening. They telling this side and telling that side, but you really don't know. People really don't know what's really happening because you got one social media showing you this. This is what Iran is doing. Then you got this social media showing you this. It's all. It all depends on who you tune into and what you want to believe and what you want and you don't want to believe. But one thing is that you can definitely believe it's definitely a war going on, and the Strait River, whatever that canal over there, Iran has definitely put a lock on that. So expect in certain areas the gas price, oil to really go up. Yeah, yeah. Expect it to really go up. Expect a different outcome with that one. Yes, expect a different outcome with that. Um, Situation over there is really crazy, and you had a lot of people when they heard about the Supreme Leader passing. They took to the streets over there, and me personally, I don't think they really thought that the Iranians would respond like that by taking to the streets and really chanting death to this and death to that, because they took out their supreme leader, one, and if I'm not mistaken, a couple of family members went along too. Uh, and with that being said, I don't think America and the higher ups really saw or really predicted that these people would bond together. Like really, okay, really like hold up, like yeah. And the president, as you may know, said that he's doing it so these people, when they get done, the people can rise up and take back their government. Wow, that brings me back to never mind. But with that being said, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to rise up and no, it's not going. I don't believe it's going to play out like that. I don't believe it's going to go down. But this is really a really historic moment, though. Taking out the supreme leader, that never been done. As far as military operations and all that, and going right at the juggler, going for the juggler. But they're still breathing. The Revolutionary Guards over there is still active. You know, it's like you take one out, then you need somebody. It's like anywhere. Like you take this person out, somebody definitely gonna fill the space and get right back involved in the situation. Uh, it's very disappointing, and it's crazy that it's happening like that because prior to the situation with the bombing and stuff, they were saying they was making they was breaking ground in the Geneva process when they was talking both sides, United States and Iran over in Geneva. They was moving along. Everything was going, and so they was like kind of threw off when they heard about the bombing and situation like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so a lot of countries is not, riding with this because at the end of the day, it's going to destabilize them. The Middle East is not going to be the same. Middle East is definitely not going to be the same. And I advise people that's over there or planning to fly in that area over there to be careful, to be mindful, because, of course, they are going after any interests of Israel and the United States. That's what's going to happen. So please, people, be mindful. But again, uh, during the Geneva process, both sides was trying to figure out a common ground, and it was getting there. So now you just they just went out and just said, forget it, don't worry about it. We're gonna do this anyway. And they went and bombed, and the delegates and the people that was mediating the process over, with United States and Iran. But here we are. Here we are. Now it's easy for people to be up there, yeah, let's do this. Like, it's easy for people to just be like, but at the end of the day, who really wins? Nobody really wins. When you think you won, you really didn't win because along the line, lives is lost. Lives gonna be lost. Shit, things gonna happen. Yeah, momentarily the win, okay, the W, okay, but for how long? Because I see this as something that's going to be never ending. I'm not talking about as far as the continued bombing. And I think, to my understanding, they're going to do it for a couple of more days, and then they're going to fall back. Okay, but what after? What's the strategy for after that? Now you done took out the supreme leader. What's the plot for after that? And China, they don't care. They moving in and bringing their ships into that area too, and flying their big cargo planes and coming into Iran and dropping, yeah, yeah, and letting people know like, yo, you hit one of ours, yeah. So they still supplying uh, Iran. They, with certain things, and it's crazy. It's definitely crazy. And so also, Turkey came out and spoke out against the situation because they understand the destabilization that's about to take place over there. That's the thing. That's the thing that's everybody not looking at and understanding. When everything is said and done, and the smoke clear, okay, you bomb this place and that place. What else you bombing? Okay, you bombing the Revolutionary Guards, their compound and all that, taking out their leaders and all that. But what's next? What's next? What's next? What's going to happen after that? Okay, they're going to be down for the count for a little bit, but it's not going to be a 10 count. They're going to be down, and now what? It's going to be destabilized over there. It's going to be shaky, and of course, these countries that host American bases or have American interests there feel some type of way, and they kind of knew that once the United States and Israel bombed Iran, that the only option on the table for them was to hit certain situations that's American interest, whether it's a army base or whether it's a oil field that they got, like ExxonMobil had something over there, which to my understanding was taken out. This right here is heavy. This right here and what's happening is really heavy. And again, China and Russia's they watching, they seeing it, and all the other countries too. They really looking at this like, okay, all right. Oh, they showing their hand. Oh, this is what they got. Okay, now, okay, let's learn from this. Okay, because this could have been avoided, and I think, to me personally, I think that this is being used as a big distraction. A big distraction. Oh, it's a big distraction, distracting people from. But as you may know, people is not stopping to talk about that the Epstein list and all that is going to be going on for a while. I kind of thought that people would just it's not happening. It's not happening. People are going to inquire about it. People want to know why this is not happening here, why this is not happening here, why somebody. I even thought that, somebody would have been the scapegoat. Somebody would have been, thrown to the wolves as a piece of meat. Somebody high up, you know. Uh, you have Bill Gates, just to name a few. Bill Gates, the Clintons. Even though Hillary says she never met the man, I highly doubt that she ever met him. Do I believe that she was there in his place? I don't know. That's up in the air. But I really don't believe she never met the man. I really don't believe that part. But yeah, I think this whole war situation that's going on with Iran is now a ploy to distract people from what's taking place here. And what's crazy? Uh, these countries, they know that a lot of people here ain't really condoning some of this stuff that's happening, but what can you do? I mean, protests and all that. Still, the government, this type of government, going to do what they want to do, regardless, whether it's right, wrong, in between, whatever. There's an interest involved. This is how it's going to go down. So my thing is, what's the next step? What's the process? What do people believe? Please leave it in my comments. What do y'all believe would be the next step? What would be the outcome after all of this? How do y'all see this playing out? Because I believe when this is over, I believe that when this is over and they stop, it's still gonna be touch and go. Mind you, they took out the supreme leader there. And that's not going over too well with a lot of people. A lot of people. A lot of people. That's not going over too well. And leading up to it, he was talking some big, heavy, scenario stuff. And so here we are. Here we are with it. But what do you think is going to happen after the bombing stopped? Because there's no troops going on ground. I don't see that. I don't see them running up, sending people there and all that. I don't see that. because there's definitely going to be some major casualties going on. Also, what's happening? Afghanistan and Pakistan is banging out. They really going at it. So wow, like what's going on over there? And that's really a part of, you know, that's helping destabilize a lot over there as well. It's crazy. It's really crazy because you got Pakistan and Afghanistan going to war, fighting. If y'all haven't known or haven't heard, but yes, they are. It's ugly. It's getting ugly. It's getting ugly. And how and to see this, no, this is not Eric. But anyway, what I was saying, what's happening over there between Afghanistan and Pakistan is crazy, and that's also helped fueling the destabilization over there in the Middle East because they over there banging too. You got Iran, Israel, and U.S. on one side banging out. Then you got Pakistan and Afghanistan banging out on another end. It's crazy. It's yeah. But the more so big distraction for here is the Iran thing, of course, and the taking out of the supreme leader. Yeah. So what you think? Leave it in the comments. This is SP Hustle Hard, where we hustle to keep you in tune. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think, how you see this playing out after the fact of the U.S. and Israel bombing and Iran going retaliating, because of course it's definitely some retaliation going on. No good deed go undone, I guess. But it's really happening. It's going down over there. So this is really happening, and hopefully this go in a different direction. And with that, this is SP Hustle Hard. Like and subscribe. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, checking me out. I look forward to seeing you later on tonight. Will we be back with the Rec Room? I have a special guest, Luck, and my boy co-host Blue. We're gonna be in the building. We're gonna elaborate a little bit more on today's topic, on this week's recap and everything that's happening. So tune in, lock in. SP Hustle Hard. Like and subscribe and share.